My sick parents told me when I was young that God made me so I would take care of them forever. I was an adult when they revealed that they were never sick and were just testing me. When I cried and asked them why they lied and forced me to give up my life for them, they said, because that's how a real son proves he loves his parents. I said nothing. I couldn't even respond. They thought they won. Until this morning, when she called 17 times before noon. It started when I was 6. I'd sit in our tiny kitchen, perched on a wobbly step stool, carefully measuring out medicine for my mom. I remember hearing other kids playing outside, laughing and chasing each other. I asked my dad if I could maybe join them one day, but he said no. Those kids have plenty of friends. Your mom is sick and only has you. You have to put her first always. This was the beginning of how they took away my life. And slowly, but surely, I became their everything. Their caretaker, their personal chef, their robot, whose only purpose was to serve them. I still remember the day they fully broke my spirit. I was 9, and got invited to my first ever birthday party. I stood in my room looking out the window, staring at my classmates holding balloons and cake. They asked for me to come out, but when my dad opened the door, he told them I couldn't go and hurried away. The reason I couldn't go? Mom needed help getting to the bathroom. I had to walk her to it and wipe her. Later that night, as I tucked her into bed, she stroked my hair and said, "You're special. God didn't make you like other kids. He made you so you would take care of us. Forever." I believed her words for a very long time. Deep down, I think I knew it was wrong, but I craved their approval so bad, I pushed these thoughts away. Until I turned 22, that is. I remember waking up to my mother calling my phone from her bedroom, demanding I make her breakfast because she's too ill. That's when it hit me. The manipulation, the isolation, everything. I realized I was a failure who let them manipulate me. I wasn't a victim. I was a spineless coward. I'd missed out on my high school graduation because dad had chest pains. I gave up a college scholarship because mom would starve if I didn't make her dinner. Even my first serious girlfriend walked out after realizing I put my parents first. I knew I had to find a way to escape, and that's when a miracle happened. I worked at a local pharmacy around this time. It wasn't my dream job, but I knew a lot about medications, having spent my whole life sorting pills for mom, and my manager noticed how much I knew. One day, he introduced me to this doctor who was running this program to get people into studying pharmaceutical science. This kind of program would have been a dream come true. I wanted to take it. But the problem was, of course, my parents. I remember being scared of telling them at first, but then this feeling came over me, and I realized I needed to do this. If I didn't, I'd regret it forever. And so, I told them about the offer. I told them we could look into professional care for them since I'd be gone. I even offered to pay for most of it because they always said we were poor. But of course, my mom broke into tears, crying that she'd die alone. And as she cried, Dad gave me that cold, disappointed stare and said, "After everything we've done for you, this is how you repay us." I didn't even say a word back. For the first time in my life, I didn't give in. And over the next few weeks, I started researching programs for them. And while doing so, I looked into their finances. That's when I found it. Their savings could cover professional caregivers. My face went pale. I had asked them about getting caregivers a lot when I was younger, but they always said they couldn't afford it. Turns out they could. They just wanted me kept on a leash. That was my final straw. At least I thought it was. My actual final straw came later that night. It was just a few days before I had to give my answer regarding the pharmaceutical program. And conveniently, mom had a health scare. She tried to hold my hand and began trembling, talking about how this might be it for her, but I didn't react. That's when she told me that same old line, "You promised you'd never abandon us." That did it. I felt a rush of energy I'd never had before, but I didn't yell or get angry. Instead, I spoke calmly, telling them every single thing I'd given up for them. I told them they were failures as parents, and that if God is real, he'll punish them for using his name to do what they did to me as a child. Mom sobbed dramatically, and dad turned silent, but it didn't work. I refused to back down. The next morning, I called the doctor and accepted. I packed my bag